Okay, here we are. Good. Live as always. And before we get started here, Larissa and Gabriel, you guys are already in the house. You guys are part of the Talk and Talk family here, right? You used to the immersions and how they work. But just in case we have some people here watching on YouTube that they don't know how Talk and Talk works, and also to remember you guys, let's go over the rules, okay? 3 rules, very easy. Number 1 is, this right now, it's not a class, it's an immersion, it's a conversation. We're here to talk, discuss a topic, and practice the language while doing this discussion. Since this is not a class, and also because we are on Talk and Talk, and we don't do it on Talk and Talk, I will not be correcting you. Gabriel is not going to correct you. Larissa is also not going to correct you. We don't do corrections around here. There are other ways we can learn, and we can know that we are making mistakes and correct them without doing corrections and pointing mistakes. So we don't correct in here. And also we are respectful to one another. Maybe Gabriel was born in I don't know, maybe Gabriel is from Northeast Brazil, where they do couscous, normal couscous, and Alice is from São Paulo, she does couscous with egg. We're going to be respectful with one another here, even when we have different points of views or opinions, okay? And even when we do couscous in different ways. And before we get started in here, we're going to do what we always do here in Talk and Talk, which is the introduction part. Okay. So, but I have a challenge for you guys today. I want you guys to introduce yourselves, and I want you guys to bring something different, interesting, funny, or I don't know, something you guys don't usually say about yourselves. Okay, that's the challenge. I want you guys to introduce yourselves and say something interesting about you. Larissa, could you start, please?
Yes, so I'm Larissa, I'm 25 years old. I'm an architect. I work with landscaping. I live in Rio, and I have 2 cats, and I will get married in the next week. On Thursday, but just in the, I don't know how can I say, cartório. And in May, we will make a big party, you know. This is my interesting.
That is so cool. Congratulations. Awesome. You're gonna get married, and are you nervous?
Yes, because me and my fiance, we have a lot of bills to pay. So it's a problem.
I feel you. I understand. I understand having bills to pay. But that's great. Hope you guys have an amazing life together.
Thank you.
Oh, so very good. And if you ever throw a party, we are available to go. What about you, Gabriel? Could you introduce yourself to us, please?
Well, first, congratulations, Larissa, for because your Patty, your fiancé. And well, I'm Gabriel Quirino. I'm 25 years old, like Larissa. I'm living countryside, small town, the south of Santa Catarina, called Morro da Fumaça. I'm a fireman. I work as a firefighter. No, I'm married. I have no kids. I have 2 dogs and a cat. By the way, I adopted a cat yesterday. And I think interesting thing about me, I love football, soccer, and my team will play tomorrow. No, yeah, tomorrow. forgot the word. Yeah, tomorrow. Yeah, we'll play tomorrow and the final match of my state, Criciúma against Brusque. And
Nice.
go Criciúma.
Go, Cristiano. Let's go. Let's go. Nice. And you adopted a cat yesterday. That's so cool. What's the name of the cat?
Man, I don't know. I think this cat has two names because uh, I was here and my computer studying English, and my mom, really in my room and asked to me, I don't know how can I say imitar, but are you imitating? I don't know, imitando a cat? I said, not. And when my mom figured out this cat, it was under our fridge. I don't know why. A little cat, and it's here right now. It's ours. It's ours.
The cat entered the house and
Yeah.
now it's part of the
Yeah.
family.
Yeah.
That's
A little
cool.
cat. I don't know how can I say filhote, but a little cat, a puppy. I don't
It's
know.
what do we say? It's a kitten.
Yeah.
It's cute. Kitten. That's very
And
nice.
if I'm not mistaken, my mom gave a name this cat, Brisa, and another name is Asian name. I don't know because my mom watch a lot of series about South Korea, and it's why weird name. I don't know the name. I forgot right now.
I love how these Korean series and movies, they just broke the barrier of age, because a few years ago, only like young people were watching dramas and this kind of stuff. Nowadays, everybody's watching it. Netflix is full of South Korean series, and it's just funny. My father was watching one the other day. It was like, it was really funny. Just a second. All right, that's great. I just need a second, guys. Sorry. Better now. Sorry. Okay. So about myself, I'm Rufino. I'm 21 years old. I'm not married nor getting married, but that's something interesting about me. I've always been a very, very romantic person. I'm the kind of person who loves to cuddle, to hug, to go to the cinema with another person, to give presents. I love giving presents. I've always been a very, very romantic person. And I one day want really, really much to get married. Don't know if I'm gonna have kids, but might also happen. But I am the kind of person, I'm the kind of person who just gets in love very easily. So it's very difficult because people who get in love easily, they also, my voice just changed all of a sudden. People who get in love, who fall in love very easily, they also have their hearts broken very easily, which is not cool. And that's it about me. I'm gonna cry. Now I'm gonna have to drink.
Man, sorry to interrupt you, but where do you live?
I live in Hortolândia, São Paulo.
Oh, because is it cold?
It is not cold, it's actually a little bit hot, but it's raining a lot.
Oh yeah, I got it. Yeah, because you're here. That's good.
Yeah, no, it's like it's raining. So if you go to the street, it's gonna be like cold because you're gonna be wet. But inside the house it's a little bit hot actually.
Yeah. Here in my city, it's a little bit cold, and I love cold.
Cold is really great. When I woke up this morning, it was raining outside. I was like, Oh my God, so happy. I'm so happy.
Yeah.
Oh, so now let's go talk about drinking. Let's talk about drinking. Larissa, how old were you when you first tried alcohol?
I started under 18, I guess. But at home with my parents and my boyfriend. But I didn't like beer, as I said. I always preferred wine or caipirinha, you know.
I know caipirinha is. For me, caipirinha is just like the best. It's really good. Perfect. So the first time you drank, you were with your parents. Were they okay with this? Did you drink in front of them? Did you drink like hidden in the house?
Um, yes, I think it's my father's dream. Drink beer with him in the
Nice.
past, you know. But my mother doesn't like, but she needs to accept.
Oh my God. That was something so different from me because I grew up in church and my mother, she's always been very strict about drinking and smoking, this kind of stuff. So, and I had a lot of friends who would always say, oh, this weekend I was with my father at home. We were watching football and drinking beer. And I was like, your parents let you drink? What's happening? Because it wasn't my reality. So it was very weird for me. And I think it's awesome that there are a lot of parents that like are very cool with this. I think it's cool. It's really nice. What about you, Gabriel? Were your parents cool with it? And how old were you when you first tried alcohol?
Yeah, man. I think in my family is similar. Yeah, and my mainly my mother. It was very restricted with alcohol with me and my brother as well. And but I think it the same time that I tried a beer maybe when I was a child yet because I know I think the most of kids there's a is curious and there's a glass above the table and you catch this glass and drink it. Oh, and if I'm not mistaken, the first time, but I don't remember. But I remember right now the first time that I tried alcohol really it was I was 7 years old, 7 years old, yeah. And every time at Fridays when I was at the high school, me and my friends, we are we were I don't know, we the best of Gone. Nós íamos Gold, went. I don't know.
Yeah, you would go. Uh-huh.
Yeah. We'd go and I could say restaurant and we ordered some finger foods or snacks, I don't know. And I tried alcohol this first time in that restaurant. I don't know if you know this kind of thing, but here in my region, we used to say torre de chopp, I don't know, a tower of beer, and I drink a lot of beer, and man, it's but it's very weird to me as well. But I don't like beer. It's very I don't know, disgusting as well. It's weird, but every Friday we we use it to do this. We use it, yeah, use it to do this. Use it to did it kind of thing, and I think that's it. I don't know you understand.
No, I get it. I get it. That's really cool. And I love like drinking is one thing that can bring people together, right? Oh, have friends, want to do something with the friends. Oh, let's go to a restaurant, let's go to a bar, or order a tower of shop and just talk. I think it's really cool, this thing. But you guys were talking about trying it for the first time and not liking maybe like beer and this kind of stuff. I remember the meme of the kombucha girl. Do you guys remember this meme? This for
Sorry,
me is, yeah,
can you
this
repeat?
meme here. You guys know this meme. This is a great one.
Kombucha. I know
I
kombucha.
That's so much people drinking for the first time. You're like, nah.
My mom, I don't know how can I say, but did or made, I don't know, kombucha in my home. It's very weird and inside the pots with I don't know how can I say bichos.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What is kombucha, by the way? I have no idea. It's
I
like,
I go I will try to explain. Kombucha is like I don't sorry I don't know how can I say, no exact it's like how can I say, like yogurt, I don't know, some like yeah, I think you got it. The this
oh, so it's like
Yeah,
yogurt. They put those things to
exactly, and
ferment.
this like this the insects were growing up around the pots and made the kombucha.
Oh, got it.
Yeah,
You.
it's very weird, man, very weird.
That's great. That's awesome. Awesome, guys. Look, the first time I ever tried beer, I ever tried alcohol actually, was I was very little. I don't remember the age. I think I was like uh maybe 7. And I was on a Christmas dinner at my grandma's house, and my aunt was drinking wine. And they would always buy, for example, we had a lot of people in my family that drank, a lot of people that didn't drink. So we had like always wine and grape juice, like the natural ones, that's really good and everything. And I remember my cousins and we would always like drink natural grape juice and pretend we were drinking wine and that we were drunk and everything. But one day, my aunt, she started making fun of me because I was pretending to be drunk, and she said, "Oh, so let's see if you can really drink wine." And then she offered me a little bit. It was terrible. I didn't like it. I still can't drink wine. Every time my brothers they are drinking, my siblings, my sister, my brother, they're drinking wine. I try a little bit. I can't drink wine. And people say it's very sweet. Oh, drinking wine is, there are some wines that are so sweet. It's really good. I can't. For me, it's terrible. But all right. Now, let's see one thing here. Gabriel, is there social pressure to drink in your culture? How do you feel about this pressure?
No, man. In my case, I think not. Maybe when I when I was like I say the menor de idade, I don't know. Uh, over, if I'm thinking over 70 years old. No, I don't know. But the pressure, I don't know. Maybe I know a lot of people in my around me, my friends, that this kind of people are. I know there's a religion, evangelicals, and this kind of thing. There's a pressure, but in my case, not because I'm my religion. No having no rules about alcohol. And I think not. Maybe when I was a child only, but it's no problem. But I try, and in front of my parents, I try to drink less for respect. But in my case, I drink it a little bit only.
Nice, nice, nice. And what about you, Larissa? Do you feel is there social pressure to drink in your culture?
Yes, I think this culture exists. In my case, I felt a lot of pressure to drink beer because my friends and my colleagues from work use it, drink a beer, and I think it's more easy if I drink a beer with them. So now I think it's really easy to drink because we can go to any bar or just the table in the street, so I think it's easy to drink, but it's, I don't know, how can I say, now I can feel more parts than this group, but in the past I made part of this group, so I don't know. But I think this culture, this pressure exists.
Yes, that's what I was thinking. When you're young, I think there is a pressure because usually teenagers they want to be cool and do cool stuff. So, for example, I remember when I was a teenager, a lot of people in my school used to drink. It was very normal, actually. I think 90% of people in my school used to drink, and we were like 14, 15. And I remember one day we finished the test. You know, when you have these government tests like mathematics Olympics, this kind of test, and then they just release you early from school. In one of these days, people kind of like everybody combined to go to a park near the school, and everybody would drink and do like a party in there. And I remember going home and people were like, "You're not going." I'm like, "No, why not? We're gonna drink." I'm like, "Oh no, I don't really drink." They're like, "Don't drink." They're like, "No, you're lame and everything." So there was a lot of pressure when I was in school. And even now that I'm an adult, it's very weird when I go out with people who drink, because even though you're a part of the group, it doesn't feel like you're in the same vibe, right?
Yes, it's hard to me, and when I go out with my father, for example, he drinks a lot, and I don't have this energy and this vibe to stay a whole night in the bar, drink a beer. Sometimes I just came back to my house. So if I drink with him, I think it's easy to stay for more hours, and but it's complicated to us when I don't drink, um, and we need to go out with someone who's drink.
Yeah, I feel it. Yes, it's kind of weird. It's not like you're not in the group, but it's like everybody's on a different feeling. Everybody's kind of like connected because they are experiencing the same thing at the same time, and we are not. So I don't know. And usually when people are drunk and this kind of stuff for drinking, it changes how you behave, right? It changes what's funny to you. So like I remember going to bars with friends, and everybody was a little bit alcohol, like a little bit drunk, a little bit tipsy, and they were just like looking at random things and laughing, and I was like, "What's the fun?" You know? So, and now that I drink a little bit, I usually only drink caipirinha. but I don't get drunk easily. I always thought that if I drank, I would get very drunk and everything. Nowadays, I sometimes have two caipirinhas and I'm normal. It's not fun. But that's okay. That's good. So, one thing Gabriel said, you said you never felt any pressure to drink, right? You, Mr. Gabriel. Yeah, you said in your culture you don't like feel the pressure to drink,
yo.
right?
Let me see if I understand. If some friend like ask to me drink, pressure for me drink.
Yeah, you don't feel pressure to like you have to drink.
Oh, I think a little bit. For that reason, I started to drink with my friends because all of my friends around me was drinking a beer and only me don't drink. And I think I feel like a little bit with pressionado. I don't know how can I say this in English?
Nice. What about the opposite? Have you ever felt pressure not to drink?
No, I can't remember right now. Maybe when I near my parents when I was a teenager, yeah. But right today nowadays, no problem. I try, like I said before, I try to drink it less in front of my parents for respect. Only this.
Got it. Yeah, it's good. It's weird, like thinking about maybe not for everybody, but I think for me it would be weird to imagine myself being drunk in front of my parents. Like,
Yeah, and you said it before pressure. And I had I had some friends that smoked it as well, but I never tried smoke. To me, no way.
for me neither. No, I think it's terrible. What about you, Larissa? Have you ever felt you have ever already felt a lot of pressure to drink? What about the opposite? Have you ever felt pressure not to drink?
Mm, no, maybe sometimes my mom said, "Oh, you will drink again," but I drink um one day in the week, you know. So I think she's um making a big problem, and but this problem doesn't exist, you know. But because she doesn't like to drink, of course she drink, but just sweet things, you know, like with con, um con I don't know how can I say, leite condensado, you know, just a lot of canned with in the drink, you know. Uh, the drink pretends to be a milkshake, you know, almost a milkshake.
Yes,
So
people like they get wine and then they put condensed milk and then they put other things, fruits and a lot of
yeah.
things. I feel it. Yeah, it's almost a milkshake. If you put a little bit of ice cream, that's it. And for people who don't drink, even if you drink once a week, every time she's gonna see you, she's gonna be like, Larissa, you're drinking again. Even because sometimes like I don't know if you guys live together or if you live separate, but sometimes you're out like you see each other only when you are maybe in commemorations and celebrations and kind of stuff. And then in these places, it's very normal to drink. That's when we usually drink, right? And then every time you see each other in a celebration, you're always going to be drinking, of course. That's the only time you guys see each other. Do you guys live together? Do you still live with your parents before marrying?
I live with my parents.
Cool.
Yeah. And right now I'm at my parents' house because of my job, because I live 3 hours by here.
Jeez.
So now I'm here to because of my job and because of the Easter. And but in the next month, um, I will move. I don't know how can I say.
Mhm.
It's nearby here, so I don't have to travel to back to my city, you know. But it's near, but not in the same house.
Yeah, no, living 3 hours away from work, that's very far. Cool, 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 cool. Okay, talking about celebrations. Let's see here. How do you guys like to celebrate good news? Gabriel, how do you celebrate good news?
Man, with a lot of drink and with a lot of food as well. uh, when I have a news, for sure, I invite my parents, my close family, my sister-in-law, my I don't know mother-in-law and father-in-law as well, and invited them to go to the restaurant and eat some finger foods and drinking a beer. But I
Nice.
think it's very very interesting, and I remember right now about it because I don't like hot hot drinks because there was a time when I was alone, you know, and I was a single person. I used to go to parties, and I don't know, balada, I forgot the word, and I remember that I drink it. I don't know, drink in the past, I forgot the word, so much, man. And I remember I wake up only another day in my home, lay down in my bed, and for that reason, I don't like hot drinks. I I drink a porre.
When you
Pisquinho.
drink, the last you wake up and the last thing you remember is drinking the first cup. You don't remember anything in between. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
I feel that. Nice. That's pretty cool. That's really cool. Sorry. Yeah. What about you, Larissa? How do you like to celebrate good news?
And me and my family, we celebrate with some beer and drinks, you know, but I think it's more about the food because this is our culture as Brazilian. It's always about food. And my fiance is a chief. He's working on a restaurant, so food is really important in our celebration, you know.
That's very cool. Oh, then it's even better to celebrate with food because it's not like any food, it's a chef food. That's awesome. That's really good. Um, if you guys, that's a good question. I just created. If you could not drink, like Gabriel, Larissa, you guys don't drink, your family, nobody drinks. How would you guys celebrate things, good news? How do you think is a different way to just celebrate without any drinks?
For me, I think it's very okay because I like to drink, but not too much. You know, I prefer um, eat a delicious food, and a special food, you know, like today. So for me, it's okay. I think.
Nice, very good, very good. What about you, Gabriel? If you could not drink, how would you celebrate?
Yeah, like what is said, I think it isn't a problem. Wouldn't be a problem, but I like to drink. I don't know why, but I just like to drink with my friends, mainly with my friends, and I have when I have a barbecue anyway. But maybe another way, I don't know, but I think the same restaurant with finger food as well, but only soda.
Some soda with some guarana.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yesterday I played soccer with my friend, and my friends are used to go the church, are evangelics. Evangelics, I don't know if it's correct. And they asked two sodas, and I drank sodas with them, but no problem. But to me, it's a little bit weird because after that I played a soccer, I used it to drink a beer. It's it's so
Nice.
good, man, because I'm a rat. I'm tired and I need to drink a beer.
Yeah, I think it's part of the, let's say, the, what is, I don't know how to say it. It's like, I think it's kind of like part of the celebration, because when you want to celebrate, you want to do something different, want to feel good, and drinking helps with it. You get into another vibe, you feel lighter and you have fun. So I think it's kind of like a natural part of celebrating, like having a few drinks and having fun with people. I think it's kind of different. Noise. In my house, we've always been like, nowadays I don't go anymore. My brother doesn't go anymore, so we're kind of far from it. But we all grew up in church, so no, none of us drank. And commemorations in my house were always with food, like always, 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 always with food. And my mom, she cooks very well, and she loves making like large quantities of food. So usually we would celebrate, and we would celebrate with like everything, with pasta and lasagna and pudding and brigadeiro and cake and pie and stroganoff and barbecue. Sometimes everything in the same day. So it's always been great until nowadays. Like this weekend we went together, the family, to do something different. And then we were in the group of the family saying, okay, what can we do? And people were like already talking about food, already talking about salpicão and this kind of stuff. So in my family, it's always been food. Nowadays, a few of us drink, but not very much. Usually just to get a little bit happy.
Yeah, man, it's almost a restaurant in your home. You doesn't even go to the restaurant. A lot of food.
A lot of food, really. We nowadays my mom doesn't cook that much anymore, but she still does some very good stuff. Like, and we usually would do like the favorite things of one people. So, for example, if we would celebrate my birthday, I love fried chicken, so my mom would do like a lots of fried chicken for us. My sister, she loves pudding, so my mom would always make pudding for a lot of pudding in her birthday and this kind of stuff. So it was really good.
Yeah, man. I think it's very important to it's together with our family. I miss out when my grandma was alive, and the holidays, Mother's Day, Father's Day, and New Year's Eve as well. Sometimes my all my family of my grandma keep together in our home. Yeah, and then they then in her home and her house to and have a lot of food like you said, because when my grandma make a lot of food, and I miss out today. Unfortunately, we can do more of this kind of thing.
That's really cool. Grandma food is just amazing, and it's really nice when we have this family moments. It's really cool.
Yeah, it's perfect to create moments with food, you know. I always remember the special lunch in my family, especially on the holidays, you know. So it's great to create good moments with food.
Yes. And you associate, right? For example, when you have like lasagna and you remember your grandma, and it's so cool, right? That's awesome. Okay. Now, in a little bit more complicated question here, Teresa, why do you think some people drink too much?
Maybe to forget the reality. I don't know. I don't like to pass the limit, you know, to to lose my, I don't know how can I say, my, I forgot even in Portuguese. To lose my mind, you know. I don't like to drink too much, but I know some people like to drink to forget the reality, to forget the problems, and I don't know. It's really problematic because these people always um just feel the happiness in a drink or in a beer. So it's really complicated.
Yes, that's kind of difficult because I think it's okay, right? Sometimes to drink to forget a little bit of things, but when it becomes a habit, I think it's a problem. It's a very difficult problem. All right. What about you, Gabriel? Why do you think some people drink too much?
Yeah, man. I think in my view, maybe there's three words I I believe. Maybe sadness, sometimes loneliness, uh, but these two words maybe are interconnected, but sometimes happiness as well. Why not? Like Larissa said, because we need to have a control. Uh, and I think when I said about maybe loneliness and sadness, maybe this kind of thing become a alcoholism. I don't know, alcoholism, alcohol.
Yeah,
I know
yeah.
I know the word, but it's very weird to shout. Uh, and I think it's a problem. It's a good problem. And but I know that most of the time, uh, happiness as well. You like me, for example, when I drink and I feel like that I'm weird and I stop and drink water and after I drink again. And I think the people need to have a control by themselves.
Yes. Yeah, I think too. Like, there are many reasons why people would drink. Sadness, solitude, maybe depression. There are many reasons why people would drink. But I think it all comes down to your self-control. Right? It doesn't matter the reason. If you want to be happy, if you want to deal with problems, if you want to have a good time, if you want to, I don't know, make some, doesn't matter. I think self-control is the base of it, you know. You gotta be conscious and be able to say, no, I'm on my limit. I should stop here. I should go home. I shouldn't drink anymore. But that's for people who drink too much accidentally. There are many people who drink too much and they know they're drinking too much. That's a personal choice. This kind of thing, there's a choice of the person, you know, like there's nothing we can do. But for the people who end up being too drunk, to drinking too much, I think it comes to self-control. And I think that's something that we don't learn. It's very difficult. We were talking yesterday in a Spanish immersion about teenagers, the usage of drugs by teenagers. And we were talking that emotional intelligence, how to deal with problems, and how to have self-control, this kind of stuff is not stuff that we learn in school. And most of the times at home as well, our parents are too afraid to talk about it, or they don't know how to talk about it. So it's the kind of thing that a lot of people end up doing drugs, drinking too much, smoking, and not always only that, but also other kinds of addictions. Because we also have food addiction, we also have internet addiction, cell phone addiction, sex addiction, a lot of kinds of situations where people lose self-control because they don't have the ability of regulating themselves, of dealing with emotions, with problems. So I think that's something that should be talked about a lot more in society, because people have a hard time dealing with negative emotions. I'm a person who has a very hard time dealing with negative emotions. The only difference is that my problem is not with drinking, but I am a big time procrastinator. Every time I have to deal, I could drink, I could do drugs, I could do a lot of things. But the way I deal with my problems is with sleeping, is with procrastinating, the kind of stuff, you know. So I understand why people drink too much.
I got it, man.
All righty. And now, one last question before we go, and I'm really curious about that. I'm gonna skip to question number 9. What do you like to do while you drink? Do you like to dance, to sing, to talk, to I don't know, climb on the table and dance on top of the table? What do you like to do when you're drinking?
And it's a good question. I think when I drink so much, usually it's the New Year's, maybe Christmas. It's I think the biggest holidays of our year. Uh, Man, I drink, but I have control. I control myself. I know what I'm doing, and but I realize that I feel like more, how can I say, more free. I don't know, correct, more, and I speak more, and I keep more happy, and but I don't dance. I don't, anyway. I don't do this kind of things to me. A little bit wired to me because I consider myself a shy person. Uh, isn't a shy person, but I more or less when I have a strange person around me, but I don't dance. I don't sing, but I talk, and I talk, and I eat so much as well. Are your mic is mute?
Yes, yes. No, it's good. You feel more liberated when you're drinking. And then there's a lot of things that we don't do when we're sober, you know. But when we're drinking, we're free and we can do this kind of stuff. We can dance any way we want, and we can talk when we want to talk, but we didn't. Sometimes this is a problem because the things we want to talk and we talk when we're drunk, they are a little bit problematic, but it's really good. I've never had the experience of being drunk, so I don't know what I do when I'm drunk. Maybe one day if I discover, I tell you.
Yeah, I had a experience about drink with the hot drinks that I said. I remember that I don't know, how can I say, but I stay and hang up. I don't hang it up, pendurado. I don't know, hang it up, and my wall and my home. And the person, my neighborhood around me, called my father. Called my father.
Like you Gabriel's father, yeah, okay. So your son is just like hanging on the wall of your house.
Yeah.
He's drunk.
Exactly, man. Exactly.
Oh, it must be an
But
amazing situation.
it's a experience part. That's the reason that I don't like I don't like to drink more hot drinks. But I don't know, my body doesn't accept it more. I don't know why.
What? Could you repeat this last part, please?
No, I said that my body doesn't accept more hot drinks. Doesn't I don't know why,
Oh,
but I drink hot drinks like whiskey, hot vodka, and but I can't I
get
can't
it.
drink.
Oh, yes, yes. Uh, I think, and it's crazy this part of drinking as well, because our body reacts differently to different kinds of drinks, to different kinds of mixtures, you know. So, for example, I have a hard time with alcohol, all kinds of alcohol. Alcohol for me is very strong. My body doesn't accept well. So I've tried wine, I've tried beer. Only the smell of beer for me is terrible. Champagne for me also doesn't go well. But the only thing I can drink is caipirinha with sake, which for me is a little lighter, but it doesn't get me drunk. So last time I drank, I think I drank two caipirinhas like straight, one after the other. It doesn't get me drunk. My body doesn't react to it.
Very strange. Very weird. I like to drink caipirinha with wine. I don't know if you drink as well. Instead
No,
you
never.
instead you put like you said sake, no?
Huh?
Yeah, instead you put sake in your caipirinha, you put wine. It's very good.
Oh, nice. So like with wine. Cool. Does it, and then you put it with lemon or
Yeah,
no?
exactly. The same thing. Lemon, sugar, and wine. It's
But
very
wine
good.
and lemon they combine.
Yeah. You put wine, sugar, and I don't know how can I say amassar,
Huh?
and after put your wine, and it's very good.
Oh, but what kind of wine do you use for it? Like normal, like
Y- y-
red
I don't know,
wine, white wine?
red wine, the normal wine. To me, normal wine. I don't know the here suave. I don't know how to say.
Interesting. I think I'm gonna use my brother as a test subject. I'm gonna make him do it and try
You,
it. And if he
you
says
should you
if
should
he
try
likes
it,
it, I
man.
try.
You should try it. Very good.
All righty, that's great. We're gonna try it, and then I'll let you know if we liked it. Mr. Larissa had to go before we finished. Gabriel, thank you for participating. It was very nice for just our conversation here. Is there anything you would like to say before we go?
Sorry, I don't understand.
Is there anything you would like to say before we
No,
go?
man. Only to say thank you for you. This meeting, this subject is a good subject. Isn't a easy subject, but it's very good because I've never said about this kind of subject, but very top, very good top. Thank you.
Okay, I'm glad you enjoyed. I hope Larissa has enjoyed our conversation here as well. And I'm leaving here in the chat that's in some site, I don't know where, but it's one of the two places here for you to leave the feedback. So if you can please. And that's it. Have an amazing Friday. Sextou. Let's drink.
Hello, man.